Practice today that's in the
Can you do that?
Yeah, all over it.
It's okay that you're here. I'm just checking to see.
We have practice. What practice?
It wasn't meant to be confusing. All right. So some of you fellas already know about our leadership award. I've mentioned it more to the older workouts than I have the younger workouts, but it's very important for the younger guys to see this and understand it. And, you know, in the big picture, we really want everybody to become in their own way good leaders, whether it's a team that you play on outside of here, you know, it could be a group in a project for school. Leaders, you know, they're all over besides just in our program, but inside our program, we want the young players, the varsity players, to see this and understand that it means a lot to us as coaches, and it should mean a lot to you younger guys who see this and want to, you know, be a candidate to win this, and all of you really are. We don't pick it in advance. This award came about in 2012. One of our players, Jeff Conrad, who the award is named after, was a fourth-year player in our program, came in as a freshman who was very happy to make his high school team. He wasn't an overly talented guy. He worked as hard as anybody had ever worked in our program. Freshman year to sophomore year, junior year to varsity. Over the years, his baseball skills got better. He still was one of the guys on his team that had he gotten some of the talent that the other guys had, his work ethic would have launched him into a great baseball career. At the end of his career, he was one of the most competitive guys on his team. He had a college opportunity or two, but he bypassed that to go into education, not the field of education, but he bypassed his baseball opportunities to go to an academic opportunity. But Jeff modeled so many good behaviors that he put pressure on us to do something about the things he was doing. He was almost like an extension of our coaching staff. He got what we needed over the years of learning in our program. He understood the drills, he understood the whys, the reasons why we teach what we do. You know, his junior year, he physically matured and he started getting more out of his performance. But into his senior year, into the last year he spent with us, it was really remarkable to watch the things he became good at. It would be something like transitioning from drill to drill. Jeff knew what we needed. He would set something up for us. It was taking younger guys under his wing and modeling, the energy that we needed, or the execution of a skill. We'd hit a ground ball. Jeff would go out and do it to the best of his ability, do a really nice job of it. Watch a younger guy go, and something wasn't right, and you guys know how we'll shout something from across the field, and look over and Jeff's taking him to the side, and he's demonstrating with him and teaching him. It was an awesome thing to see as coaches. There were several times Mark and Andrew and I would be like, look at him. And we were really proud of him. We were very thankful to have him. And by the end of it all, we looked at each other and said, we have to do something for Jeff. So this plan came about where we decided on the last night of winter workouts we were going to present him with a plaque, and we named the award the Jeff Conrad Excellence in Leadership Award. And since then, our winner in 2013 was Grant Hostica in the white t-shirt. And our winner in 2014 was Nate Montgomery. And these two guys were decisions for our award. They were guys that really followed in the footsteps of what we saw Jeff. And you know, when we assess this, it's not any one thing. It's kind of like a body of work, you know, a maturity progression. And what we notice happening after we present the award is a continuous progression. And for both of these guys, I'm gonna have them speak in a moment. I'm thrilled that they're here and able to share their ideas and their thoughts with you guys today. Jeff couldn't be here. Jeff knows the award's being given out today and passes on his congratulations. And I mean, imagine how he feels knowing today is the 4th time that we're handing out a leadership award in his name because of his behaviors. And what that's done for our program is set a level of leadership, obviously, but the community, the culture that we want the older players to hand down to the younger players. And it's just a continuous progression. So with that, I'm going to have Grant Hostica come up today and share some thoughts on his experience in our program and the award and what it's meant to him. And then you'll hear from Nate. And you guys will hear from Coach Andrew and myself once again. Grant, go ahead.
All right, so I'm sure a couple of you guys have seen me around. I've worked with the Kennedy with Nick and Nate. But whenever Randy kind of introduces me now, he's kind of like, hi, this is Grant. We want our leadership award. So I hope when people hear that, they're thinking of the right things. So when I think of leadership, I really think of the word lead. Because when you're exemplifying leadership, people are following your example, or you're helping them out and leading them to do the right thing. Leadership isn't always positive, but it's on you guys to make it that way. When you do some behavior after getting out, or a negative situation happens to you in the field, you're leading even though you don't even know it. You could be someone people look up to on your team, or throughout the program, and when they see how you react, they want to emanate that behavior and do it themselves. So when I won the leadership award, I really thought it was important because I kind of showed others how to act. What I like to do, having that positive attitude on the field, is something I've carried with me to college. And I hope that's something you guys have been doing too this year. So I know obviously only one person is going to win the award today, but when you guys go to your high schools, you can always think you can be a leader there. So even if you're getting out, you're not in the game, always be that guy on the bench who's trying to pick other people up, either picking them up with their glove, getting their hat, positive reinforcement, giving them a positive comment. So anything, I really think leadership is an idea of just being positive all around in your playing career, and then outside of your playing, just for when you're seeing people in life. That's for me, and I'll
Thanks, Grant.
pass it over to you.
Hello, I'm Nate Montgomery. I won the award last year, and I guess I was pretty lucky to be able to have Jeff Conrad and Grant as kind of role models for me as I was going through this program. When Jeff was a senior and won this award, I was a freshman, and I kind of worked out with him a little bit in here. He was kind of more infield, like ground balls, and I was always with the catchers. I'm working with Grant, and you know, with Grant, he always like helped me out, and he was always a good, like, just being a good leader by, if you just saw something small, pulling a kid aside, and he'd always pull me aside and just kind of like help critique me, but like he wouldn't bring me down. He always had a smile on, always had positive energy, and it kind of just rubbed off on me, in that I kind of want to be like that energy that kind of like just rubs off on people, and kind of, you know, you get so many chances in a day to, you know, pick someone up or improve, and if you can improve someone else, you know, that's great. You know, you only get so many chances to do that, and you got to take advantage of that. But also, Jeff went to Geneva High School, and that's where I go. So So I was lucky enough to have him be a senior when I was a freshman, kind of walk around the halls, and he'd always say hi to me. And that's kind of just outside of baseball, but he was always trying to like improve other people like outside of that. You see like upperclassmen, you see underclassmen in the hallway. Don't just shrug them off. They look up to you. You're their role models, and just being able to kind of pick them up and have like that positive attitude. It doesn't really matter where you do it, just as long as you kind of have that kind of mindset with you. And yeah, so I was kind of lucky to be able to have two or great role models kind of growing up, to be able to kind of get those attributes to kind of pass along to other people. And I love kind of helping people out, pulling them aside. But I think that's the big thing that this award taught me, was that skill in baseball, that's great, but the game of baseball is only going to take you so far in life. And if you can take advantage of being a great leader and practicing that in school, with like projects and all that, that's just going to help excel you when you get past the game of baseball. So that's kind of all I can say, but that's kind of like what the award means to me, is more just having that mental aspect of always having that positive attitude and kind of trying to pick people up. It's good in baseball, but it's also a great thing to have in life and being successful.
So the biggest thing that I want to kind of point out today with our leadership award, Randy went over how it was created and the guys that won it. Biggest thing here is a lot of you guys sitting here might be like, that's a cool award, that's great. If I don't win it, what's involved besides kind of the plaque and all that stuff. But I think over the years that I've seen Jeff Conrad, Grant, Nate, and the winner tonight, I can tell you this. Striving for that award is hopefully something that all of you here want to do. And in the fact of how I look at it is these guys in life, right, when baseball's over, he's going into his freshman next year, Grant's a freshman. Jeff decided not to do baseball, but the one thing that those three have in common, I guarantee the guy tonight has in common, is in life, outside of baseball, they're going to still succeed. All right? When you think of a leader, it's something that's not going to fit. All right? Whether it's in front of a group, a small project in school, but then in life in general. All right? And we always say baseball relates to life. Okay? And it's not something we just say because we're baseball coaches and it makes the game look good. But if you can be a baseball or leader in baseball on these teams, whether it's in high school or in our group, I promise you that in life you're going to succeed. All right? And those guys and the fourth guy tonight, 5, 10 years, 20 years from now are going to still be leaders, and they're going to probably get to the place in life that they want to get to. All right, so I can tell you right now, maybe it changed your mind a little bit on it. Okay, that would be cool if I won this award, because you're probably going to be in that limelight. You're going to be where you want to be in life one day, hopefully. That stuff rubbed off. Rubbed off when I see Jeff, when I see Grant, Nate. Those are guys that I want to incorporate. I call Nate helping practices with the 12U team that I do. But I don't need him. I don't need another instructor. When I am looking for somebody that's, hey, I want to get Nate involved. I want him to be working with me because I know he's going to help somehow. All right, even if I necessarily don't have him working with the catchers tonight. All right, so that's just kind of one thing to take in mind when we're doing this award for the freshmen, the juniors this year. You're in good company, and I promise you, if you're doing this award, whether it's 5, 10 years from now, later on down the road, you're going to be somewhere you want to be in life. And if you don't win the award, hopefully you strive to still be a leader or be someone who can, bring something to the table, whether it's with your team, outside here, with your friends, family, in different situations like that. So.
All right, so this year's winner of the award came from a larger pool of candidates than the previous few years because we've brought back a lot of our 18-year-old players. Our 18-year-old players, cool enough. We've got Nick, Austin, any other 18U guys here? These 18U guys are going to be playing with us this year, with me and Mark and Andrew, Nate Swan. So by bringing them back in, part of that program is they're part of our winter workouts. put that in their program. They have to work out with us to play on our summer team. So that brought back, you've seen them in your workouts, several 18-year-old guys. And we expect that to be the case again next year. So leaders that we look for, they have different characteristics. You know, there's leaders who lead by example, good people. There's leaders who bounce back from adversity, become stronger from their failures. There's leaders who have incredible work ethics. There's leaders who are very vocal. And this year's winner wasn't quite ready a year ago. You know, he's, in the last year, grown physically, he's grown mentally, and we've seen the majority of the attributes we look for in our win. So Austin Wheatley is your 2015 Jeff Conrad Excellence in Leadership Award. What do you have to say to the crew today?
Well, I'm kind of shocked because I thought it was supposed to go to a 17-year-old. But I guess for me, like you said, last year I wasn't as physically strong as I am now. I put a lot of work in, and so did Nate. Nate's been a good role model for me, even though he's a catcher. And yeah, I guess Jeff Conrad, when I was here, when I was a freshman, I didn't really know him that well, but I did work out with him a lot. He was a leader to me and everyone else. He was awesome. I was actually one of the kids that he pulled off to the side quite a few. Yeah, I guess the meaning of leadership is kind of maybe more so growing as a person rather than being a leader from the start. I've kind of just trying to grow and better myself. Being a leader, just kind of feel like I'm kind of rambling on, but yeah, I don't really have much to say. I don't know, I'm just kind of more shocked than anything. This is awesome. Yeah, that's all I really have.
All right, so you guys, you're more than welcome to go congratulate Austin. Some of you may have had direct experiences with him, but even if not, make sure that you take the opportunity to tell him congrats. We are going to have a few moments where we have his parents come down and get some pictures and do some things before we begin practice. So I hope this meant something for you all to at least see today. You know, there were several candidates that we considered heavily for this award. It was a decision that we didn't really come to until, I think it was a week ago tomorrow. We finally realized that, you know, this was something that he truly earned. And the fact that we had more 18-year-old players in the mix, along with 17-year-old players, it was the largest pool of candidates down to the wire that we've had for quite a few years, because Grant really ran away with it. Nate almost didn't win it because we don't like him. But, you know, Jeff was truly an 18-year-old when we gave him that award. And it's now, you know, got like I said, a bigger pool, guys who continue to develop into their last year of high school ball. So go ahead and shake hands with Austin, and we will start off with our stretch over here, probably in about 10 minutes, or we may even have it go around that side after you guys get done congratulating him. Why don't you do that? Just head on over to the baseball side, okay? Thanks, guys.